Assassin's Creed is full of interesting historical events and figures. In this video, I thought it would be cool if we were to take a look at 5 historical figures in Assassin's Creed that I personally found to be quite cool. Of course, this video will be in my opinion, and it won't be in any particular order because it's not a countdown video, but if you have any other characters you want to mention in the comments, please go ahead and do so. What cool could qualify as is very wide. It could be based on historical events, it could be based on involvement, it could be based on a great many things, but without further ado, we shall begin. So to start off with, we have got King Richard I of England, also known as Richard the Lionheart. Richard the Lionheart was the King of England during the events of the Third Crusade. In the game, he's presented as something of quite the wise figure. Now, the reason why I wanted to put him on this list is because he actually hated the country that he ruled. According to various sources, he tried to sell parts of England and only spent 10 months of his reign in the country. Back then, it is worth noting that England also owned quite a fair bit of modern day France, which is where Richard grew up, being a close childhood friend to the King Philip II of France, up until the point where he insulted his sister, and then from there the two became fairly bitter enemies, or something along those lines. There was more to it, of course. But since the Crusades are a part of my A-levels course, I actually found it very interesting, especially looking back. Next up, we have got Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, Napoleon Bonaparte is one of those figures who's quite prominent in the times of which Assassin's Creed Unity was based, so he was going to show up in Assassin's Creed Unity. That was a dead cert. And besides from being a tad too tall to be Napoleon, I must say he did come across as a bit of an arse, which is exactly how I envisioned Napoleon being. He's quite helpful to Arno in the main story of Assassin's Creed Unity, and then he comes back for a role in Dead Kings in which he's more of a villain. All in all, I must admit Napoleon's presence was a pretty decent one, and after a brief look into his history in real history, it's quite interesting to see him in the game, as it usually is with this kind of character. Moving on, we have got good old Blackbeard. Now, Blackbeard's real name is disputed, some saying it's Edward Teach, others saying it's Edward Thatch, but regardless, he's known as Blackbeard best. What you might know about him before playing Assassin's Creed 4 is that he probably went around the bend a little bit during his career as a pirate. In the game, you find yourself questioning if he's actually a mad guy. Assassin's Creed 4 captures Blackbeard exactly how I envisioned it doing. He is both cool as a side character in the fictional element, and also his historical side is just as interesting. And despite the game giving him something of a humanity, we also do see the scary side that people revere him for in history. All round, Blackbeard was both cool as a historical figure and as a major character within the game's narrative. Moving on to our next character, we have got Niccolo Machiavelli. Before playing Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, I didn't know anything about this guy. But what I found really interesting upon research is that Niccolo Machiavelli wrote a book called The Prince. And apparently in this book, Machiavelli does make reference to characteristics and traits that are actually demonstrated by Ezio. And if you remember in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Machiavelli states to Ezio that he intends to write a book about him. This soft reference makes the game feel so much more realistic, as this little Easter egg makes Ezio's story seem a little bit more believable, because it's like there's evidence there, even though we know it's all fiction. Beyond that, Machiavelli is something of a cool mentor despite being a little bit younger than Ezio. He's also something of a key character in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and the latter end of Assassin's Creed 2. All in all, Machiavelli is both cool as a character and for his historical purpose being a real person in history. And of course, for our final historical figure, it would of course be Leonardo da Vinci. In real history, Leonardo da Vinci was basically a genius, and even for modern standards was Leonardo incredibly intelligent. Leonardo was a master of multiple trades, from art to craftsmanship. In the games, Leonardo is very helpful for Ezio, especially in Assassin's Creed 2, as Leonardo helps construct multiple of Ezio's tools, including the Hidden Blade, which he repairs and then equips to have multiple different features to it, such as the Hidden Gun. Besides from his genius, Leonardo is also a great friend of Ezio's. Some could argue that he's Ezio's best friend. On top of all this, in the game, Leonardo is a great character, possessing his own personality, energy and dynamic. And there you have it, everybody. 5 great historical figures in Assassin's Creed, or 5 cool historical figures in Assassin's Creed, as the title says. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think there are any other cool historical figures that I've missed out in this video? Do you have more to add to the points that I've made? Do you disagree? Please go ahead and let me know in the comment section, as that's what it's there for. So yeah, be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll see you all very soon with another video. So yeah,